Welcome to the Shigeaki Podcast, where we explore the science of healthy aging and share practical tools to help you feel vibrant after 60. I'm Dr. Mark Hyman, and today I want to talk about something that touches almost everyone: gray hair. For decades, we've been told that graying is simply a part of getting older, something we must accept without question. But that belief is incomplete. Gray hair does not always mean your age is catching up to you. More often, it reflects changes in your body's inner balance, nutrition, stress circulation, and cellular health. In other words, hair color is not just cosmetic, it's a signal. I remember one of my patients, John, who was 66 years old. By every measure, he was healthy. His blood pressure was good, he exercised regularly, and his energy was strong. Yet, in just a few short years, his hair had turned almost completely gray. Each morning as he brushed his hair, he felt a deep disconnect. His body felt young, but his reflection told a different story. For John, the problem wasn't vanity, it was identity. He wanted his appearance to match the way he felt inside, and he is not alone. Stories like John's remind us that gray hair is not only about age. It can be influenced, slowed, and even reversed by understanding its root causes. And that's exactly what we will explore today. I'm joined by my trusted friend and co-host, whose wisdom on longevity continues to inspire the world, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you, Mark. What you said is so important. Gray hair is a mirror of health, not just a mark of time. Some people in their 70s still keep their natural color, while others turn gray much earlier. The difference often lies in nutrition, lifestyle, and the ability to handle stress. The encouraging truth is this: once you identify the root causes, you can change the story of your hair. In this episode, we will share 5 major reasons why hair turns gray and show you the natural ways to slow it down or even bring color back. These are not expensive tricks, but everyday practices that can restore harmony to your body and your appearance.
And before we dive in, remember to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone you care about. Together, we can spread the message that aging does not have to mean losing vitality, not in your health and not in your hair.
When we talk about hair turning gray, the main player is a special cell called a melanocyte. These cells sit at the root of each hair and produce melanin, the pigment that gives hair its color. And as we grow older, those melanocytes become less active. They produce less pigment, which means the new hair that grows out appears gray or even completely white.
There's also another piece, an enzyme called catalase. In our younger years, catalase works efficiently to break down hydrogen peroxide inside the hair follicle. But once catalase levels drop, hydrogen peroxide builds up. It acts almost like a natural bleach inside the follicle, stripping away the color that should be there.
That's why many people notice their hair suddenly looks dull or faded. Even if the pigment is still being made, too much hydrogen peroxide erases the effect. And this doesn't happen alone. Other factors, poor nutrition, weak circulation, and stress can speed up the process. If the scalp isn't getting enough oxygen or nutrients, melanocytes struggle even more.
Exactly. Stress also raises oxidative damage throughout the body, which directly affects the hair follicle. That's why someone going through a stressful season may notice more gray hairs appearing quickly. So, when we see gray hair, it isn't simply a number on the birthday cake. It's the body sending us a message. Gray hair is not destiny, it's feedback.
And the best part is feedback gives us a chance to respond. By protecting against oxidative stress, improving nutrition, and supporting circulation, we can slow down or sometimes even reverse this process. That is why understanding the science matters. Once people realize gray hair is dynamic, not fixed, they feel hope again. And in the next part, we'll break down the 5 root causes of gray hair, along with natural ways to correct them. That's where the real transformation begins.
One of the strongest scientific explanations for gray hair is oxidative stress. Inside each hair follicle are melanocytes, the cells responsible for producing melanin, the pigment that gives hair its natural color. Free radicals, unstable molecules generated through normal metabolism, pollution, UV exposure, or poor diet attack these melanocytes. Over time, the damage reduces their ability to make melanin, so hair begins to lose its color and turn gray or white.
Yes, oxidative stress can be understood as an imbalance. Normally, the body produces antioxidants to neutralize free radicals, but as we age, especially after 60, natural antioxidant defenses weaken. This creates a gap where oxidative molecules accumulate and directly damage melanocytes. Studies show higher oxidative stress markers in people with premature graying compared to those with healthy hair color.
The role of antioxidants is crucial here. Vitamin C and vitamin E act as frontline defenders, stabilizing free radicals before they can harm hair cells. Selenium. A trace mineral is essential for the function of glutathione peroxidase, one of the body's major antioxidant enzymes. Without enough selenium, oxidative stress builds faster, leaving melanocytes unprotected.
Diet is the most direct way to strengthen this defense system. Berries contain anthocyanins, plant compounds with strong antioxidant effects. Green tea provides catechins, which not only reduce oxidative stress, but also improve microcirculation to the scalp. Leafy greens like spinach and kale supply vitamin C, iron, and chlorophyll, all of which support cellular health. Together, these foods reduce the oxidative load that accelerates hair graying.
It's important to note that oxidative stress doesn't only affect hair. It also contributes to cardiovascular aging, cognitive decline, and reduced skin elasticity. That's why addressing it has benefits far beyond hair color. Protecting melanocytes from oxidative injury helps preserve pigmentation, but it also helps the whole body stay younger at a cellular level. And research suggests that consistent antioxidant intake can slow or even partially reverse the progression of gray hair. It will not restore pigment overnight, but by reducing oxidative pressure, melanocytes that still retain some function are able to resume melanin production. This explains why new hair growth can sometimes appear darker once the oxidative balance is corrected.
So the natural fix is clear: reduce oxidative stress by increasing antioxidant-rich foods and ensuring adequate intake of vitamin C, vitamin E, and selenium. These nutrients work in synergy, protecting melanocytes from free radical attack. For adults over 60, this is one of the most effective first steps in slowing the graying process. Gray hair may seem inevitable, but scientifically, it reflects a process that can be influenced. By controlling oxidative stress, we give the body a chance to maintain its natural color longer.
Moving from oxidative stress, another critical factor in graying hair is nutrient deficiency. Melanin production inside the follicle is a complex biochemical process that depends on vitamins and minerals. When the body lacks key nutrients, the melanocytes cannot function properly, and pigment production slows or stops altogether. One of the most important nutrients here is vitamin B12. It supports DNA synthesis and red blood cell formation, both of which are vital for the health of fast-growing tissues like hair. A deficiency in B12 disrupts the supply of oxygen and nutrients to the follicle, leading not only to fatigue and anemia, but also to premature graying. Folate, or vitamin B9, works alongside B12 in these same pathways.
Yes, and minerals are equally important. Copper is required for the activity of tyrosinase, the enzyme that catalyzes the first step in melanin production. Without enough copper, melanocytes cannot convert the amino acid tyrosine into pigment. Zinc and iron are also critical because they support enzymatic reactions in the follicle and help stabilize the hair structure. When zinc or iron is deficient, melanin synthesis weakens and the strands lose their natural color.
That's why diet makes such a difference. Foods like eggs, salmon, and beef liver are excellent sources of B12. Whole grains and leafy greens provide folate. Pumpkin seeds supply both zinc and iron, while shellfish and nuts offer valuable copper. These foods do more than fill the stomach; they directly provide the building blocks melanocytes need to keep hair pigmented. And I always remind older adults the first meal of the day is a perfect opportunity to support hair health. A breakfast rich in protein and whole grains, for example, Eggs with a side of whole grain toast or oatmeal sprinkled with pumpkin seeds delivers both energy and essential nutrients. This combination stabilizes blood sugar, fuels the brain, and importantly supports melanin production.
It's also worth noting that nutrient absorption decreases with age. Low stomach acid, common after 60, can reduce the body's ability to absorb vitamin B12 from food. That's why regular blood tests are important. If B12 deficiency is confirmed, supplementation or injections may be necessary under medical supervision. Correcting such a deficiency often improves not only energy and mood, but also slows down hair graying. So the natural fix is straightforward. Eat a diet rich in high-quality protein, whole grains, and mineral-dense foods while checking for hidden deficiencies. A consistent supply of these nutrients strengthens melanocytes and gives them the raw materials they need to keep hair colored.
In short, nutrient deficiencies are not just about feeling tired or weak. They directly affect the biology of hair pigmentation. By restoring B12, folate, copper, zinc, and iron, we can give our hair a fighting chance to stay vibrant.
Continuing from nutrient deficiencies, another powerful driver of gray hair is hormonal change. After 60, levels of estrogen in women and testosterone in men naturally decline. These hormones are not only about reproduction, they play an important role in maintaining the health of many tissues, including hair follicles. Estrogen helps maintain circulation to the scalp, supports collagen in the skin, and provides antioxidant-like protection for melanocytes. When estrogen falls, the scalp environment becomes less nourishing, and pigment cells lose support. In men, testosterone and its byproducts also influence hair growth and pigmentation. A decline in testosterone reduces the energy available for melanocytes, weakening their ability to produce melanin.
Yes, and we must remember that hormones affect every system of the body in subtle ways. When the balance shifts, not only does hair turn gray more easily, but sleep, energy, and mood are also disrupted. That's why addressing hormone-related graying is about restoring balance, not forcing change.
The good news is that lifestyle choices strongly influence hormones, even after 60. Deep restorative sleep is one of the most powerful tools. During the night, growth hormone is released, which stimulates cell repair and supports melanin production. Without enough sleep, hormone balance becomes even more unstable, accelerating the graying process. Stress reduction is equally important. Chronic stress raises cortisol, a hormone that directly opposes melanin production by increasing oxidative stress and disrupting other hormones. Practices like meditation, gentle breathing, or simply spending time outdoors help calm cortisol and give estrogen and testosterone a more stable environment.
Diet also plays a major role. Certain foods act as natural hormone balancers. Soy contains isoflavones, plant compounds that gently support estrogen activity. Flax seeds provide lignans and omega-3 fatty acids, both of which help regulate hormone metabolism. These foods don't replace hormones, but create a smoother balance that benefits the scalp and the pigment cells. And let's not forget movement. Gentle physical activity, such as walking, stretching, or Tai Chi, reduces cortisol and improves insulin sensitivity, both of which contribute to healthier hormone rhythms. This in turn helps melanocytes function more effectively.
I have often observed that when older adults commit to sleeping 7 to 8 hours consistently, their overall vitality improves. Their skin looks brighter, their mood stabilizes, and even their hair seems healthier. Hormone balance is not achieved by one single practice, but by daily habits working together: sleep, stress reduction, diet, and gentle exercise. So the takeaway here is clear: hormonal shifts after 60 make hair more vulnerable to graying, but natural habits can steady that balance. By protecting sleep, calming stress, eating hormone-friendly foods, and moving regularly, we create the right environment for melanin to stay active.
Another major factor in graying hair after 60 is reduced blood circulation. As we age, arteries stiffen and the efficiency of the heart decreases slightly. This means less blood reaches the scalp. Hair follicles, which rely on a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients, begin to starve. Without enough fuel, melanocytes cannot maintain melanin production and pigment fades.
That is true. The scalp is one of the furthest areas from the heart, so when circulation weakens, it is often the first place to show signs: thinner strands, slower growth, and more gray hairs. Improving blood flow is therefore essential if we want to keep hair healthy and colored.
Science supports this connection. Studies show that when microcirculation to the scalp is strong, follicles remain more active and melanocytes stay healthier. Better circulation brings oxygen, amino acids, vitamins, and trace minerals, all critical ingredients for melanin. When circulation weakens, the opposite happens. Follicles shrink, melanocytes become sluggish, and color is lost. So, how do we restore circulation?
One of the simplest methods is scalp massage. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a measurable difference. Use your fingertips, not your nails, and apply gentle pressure in circular motions. Start from the front hairline, move across the top, and finish at the back of the head. This not only stimulates blood vessels, but also relaxes tension in the scalp, and adding acupressure points enhances the effect. For example, the Baihui point at the crown of the head is known to improve circulation to the brain and scalp. Gentle pressing here for 30 seconds encourages more blood flow upward. And don't forget the Dekang points located at the corners of the mouth. They may seem far from the scalp, but stimulating them supports overall facial and head circulation. Light pressure with slow breathing, 5 to 10 seconds each, is enough to wake up the flow of energy and blood.
Beyond massage, lifestyle plays a huge role. Deep breathing exercises expand the lungs and improve oxygen delivery. When oxygen saturation rises, every follicle benefits. Walking for 30 minutes a day also strengthens circulation. These simple activities require no equipment, yet they powerfully support the health of hair follicles. Movement pumps fresh blood upward, while relaxation through breathing reduces stress hormones that otherwise restrict circulation. Together, these practices nourish the scalp environment, giving melanocytes the oxygen and nutrients they need.
So the lesson is, clear, poor blood circulation accelerates graying, but daily habits, scalp massage, acupressure, deep breathing, and regular walking can restore vitality. Healthy hair color depends not only on what you eat, but also on how well your body delivers those nutrients to the follicles. Support circulation and you support pigmentation.
Finally, we need to talk about chronic stress, one of the most underestimated drivers of gray hair. When the body is under constant stress, cortisol, our primary stress hormone, stays elevated. Cortisol interferes with the normal function of stem cells in the hair follicle, which are responsible for regenerating pigment-producing melanocytes. When these stem cells are exhausted or destroyed, the follicle loses its ability to create color permanently. That is why people often notice sudden bursts of gray after a difficult life event.
Yes, and stress is not only emotional, it is also physical, coming from poor sleep, unhealthy diets, or lack of movement. All of these factors increase oxidative stress and push cortisol higher. Over months or years, this combination accelerates graying. But the encouraging truth is that lifestyle adjustments can lower cortisol and restore balance to the body.
Simple practices like meditation, yoga, or even deep breathing help calm the nervous system and reduce cortisol. Writing in a journal allows the brain to release built-up tension. And social connection, talking with friends or spending time with loved ones, lowers stress hormones as effectively as exercise. These are not luxuries. They are biological tools to protect your hair and your health.
Lifestyle choices also matter greatly. Excess sugar spikes insulin and fuels oxidative stress. Alcohol burdens the liver, which indirectly affects hormone balance and pigment metabolism. And smoking directly reduces blood flow to the scalp, cutting off oxygen supply to melanocytes. Reducing these habits is not just about longevity. It is directly linked to maintaining natural hair color.
So, the pathway is clear lower cortisol, restore lifestyle balance, and you protect your pigment cells. Unlike quick cosmetic fixes, these approaches create long-term results because they act at the root level, it's the follicle itself. And the beauty is that improvements can appear within weeks. Even something as simple as daily breathing exercises and a half-hour walk can reset cortisol rhythms. Many older adults notice their sleep deepening, their mood lifting, and their hair growing healthier when these practices become part of their routine.
In short, chronic stress and unhealthy habits fast-track graying but calming the body and simplifying lifestyle choices can slow or even reverse the process. Your hair is a reflection of your daily rhythm. Protect that rhythm and you protect your natural color.
Alongside nutrition and lifestyle, there are additional natural methods that can support healthier hair and slow graying. These aren't replacements for the fundamentals we've already discussed, but they work as complementary tools. One of the simplest practices is scalp massage with oils. Using coconut oil, jojoba oil, or sesame oil not only moisturizes the scalp, but also improves blood circulation. The gentle friction of massage increases oxygen delivery to the follicles, while the oils themselves carry antioxidants and fatty acids that nourish the skin and hair. Just 5 minutes of massage 2 or 3 times per week can create a more supportive environment for pigment cells.
Another option is herbal rinses. For centuries, people have used natural infusions to enhance hair color and vitality. Rosemary tea strengthens the scalp and is believed to darken strands slightly over time. Black tea contains tannins that can give hair a richer, darker appearance with repeated use. In some traditions, preparations made from Polygonum multiflorum, often known as Aathuoo, are applied as rinses to encourage darker regrowth. These rinses don't act as dyes. Rather, they provide antioxidants and plant compounds that gradually support pigmentation.
A more modern technique is low-level laser therapy, LLLT. This uses red light at specific wavelengths to penetrate the scalp and stimulate the mitochondria inside follicle cells. Studies show that LLLT can improve hair density, reduce shedding, and potentially slow premature graying by energizing melanocytes. Devices are now available for home use, though they should always be used according to guidelines for safety and effectiveness.
To complement these methods, I often emphasize practices that calm the body and mind. Breathing and relaxation techniques such as meditation or slow diaphragmatic breathing help lower cortisol, the stress hormone strongly linked to graying. 10 minutes of mindful breathing each day may sound small, but it reduces nervous system tension and protects melanocyte function over time. There is also a role for natural supplements, though these should always be taken under medical guidance. Biotin supports keratin production, the main protein in hair. Catalase, when supplemented, may help break down hydrogen peroxide that accumulates in follicles. Copper peptides used in some topical solutions provide the mineral needed for melanin production. These are not magic pills, but they can be useful additions when combined with a healthy diet and medical supervision.
That's the key point. These approaches are best seen as bonus tools. They add strength to the foundation created by addressing oxidative stress, nutrient deficiencies, hormonal shifts, circulation, and chronic stress. When people combine daily nutrition and lifestyle care with these supportive methods, the results are often more visible and more sustainable. Gray hair is not destiny. It's an invitation to support your body in every way possible.
As we close today's conversation, let's remember the bigger picture. Gray hair is not a life sentence or an unavoidable punishment of aging. Instead, it is a signal, a message from the body that something inside needs care. By looking at oxidative stress, nutrient deficiencies, hormonal changes, poor circulation, and chronic stress, we see that graying is often the result of imbalances we can influence. The truth is clear: gray hair is reversible when the body is nourished and balanced. With the right foods, healthier routines, better stress management, and supportive natural practices, we can slow, stop, or even reverse the graying process.
Yes, and I want to remind everyone listening, it is never too late. Even after 60, your body responds to love and attention. Every new habit is a seed planted for healthier, stronger, more vibrant hair. Do not see your gray hairs as the end of the story, but as an invitation to begin again. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Someone you care about may need this reminder that gray hair does not have to mean losing youth. It can mean regaining balance.